Get going, get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas, get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time.
happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving on, all the way back home.
Thank you, Donnell, and the rest of the classic team. Good afternoon to you, Grenada, Carrick, Pretty Martinique. The rest of the Eastern Caribbean to you, wherever you are. It is 3 p.m. within the studios, and it's a pleasure being here with you. It's your boy JC locking it down with you, and it is a Wednesday. It is the 29th day of the month of December, and oh, how quickly the month has flown. We want to say certainly good afternoon to you. Happy holiday seasons, greetings, whatever, of course, is your preference. And for those of you, for whatever reasons, religious or otherwise, you're not necessarily into the festivities, we certainly hope that you have been having and will continue to have yourself a really great day. We're coming to you live. We've traded the comfort and luxuries of the studio, and we're coming to you live from the Gouyave, the Rubis Service Center up here at Gouyave for another of these live outside broadcasts that we've been having. And we're certainly happy that you're here to be part of this evening's exercise. Wherever you are, those of you here at home, across the region, in other parts of the diaspora, it probably is a good time, based on where you are, maybe to say good morning, or maybe good afternoon, or good evening to you. It certainly is a pleasure being here with you. Again, with Team Rubis, with Team Rubis, there's always an opportunity, and certainly they give you occasions, they spare no efforts in ensuring that they always give back to their customers. So here's the plan for this afternoon. So we of course will be live with you for the next hour. But the Team Rubis, they will be up here at the Rubis service station in Gouyave for the next 2 hours. So welcome to you wherever you are. It's another week, it's another opportunity to win with Team Rubis. And let me put this into perspective for you. It is really a simple opportunity, as we said to you. Once you use Rubis, there's an opportunity. You're in with an opportunity to win. Reason being, because there's always a gift with your name on it. Once you spend $50 or more, whether it's in Ultratech fuel, lubricants, total lubricants, whatever it is that you purchase, $50 and we get a chance. There is a gift for you with your name on it. Literally, there's your name on it, but there's only one way to find out which gift is yours. You have to come here, make a purchase, and then we hand you your gift. But if by chance you get a gift that you didn't get your name on it, it's probably because you didn't spend enough. And it means you need to top up some more. And the next opportunity, we give you another gift. Because there's quite a large range of gifts, actually. But certainly, the man that can tell you all about the gifts that they're offering, everything that's been planned and done by Rubis, is the man, Mr. Charles Archer. Mr. Archer, here we are, another Wednesday afternoon. This one a bit warmer than where we were when we last met before the holidays, but it's always a pleasure being here with you and reaching out to the general public.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Kador. Good afternoon to all the wonderful listeners and viewers to GBN this afternoon. Well, Christmas is over, the actual day itself, but we still have Christmas as a season. I think it goes to about January 6th or somewhere in that vicinity. Mm-hmm. So I want to start off still with positive greetings to all the listeners to GBN, and to welcome you all to our event at Gouyave this afternoon. I know that we have some anxiety with the customers as we continue to offer the promotion that provides gifts for purchases. And today we have the normal $50 spend that will get you the shopping bag. We also have the key holders. The $100 spend will get you first 2 items, choice of either the shopping bag or the key holder. And also we have an option with the umbrellas, Joseph's favorite, the beach bag. And we also have the option of the sunshades. So we intend to have a good afternoon today. We will share information with you as we go along. Also try to ensure that you do the safety things at all times and alert you to what they are. somewhere along the line, we'll also do a presentation to Grand Coda. And we earlier did a presentation to the Top Hill Home for the Aged. And persons may recall that in our You Deserve It promotion, we had an element where the winners had the ability to option to choose a charity of their own. And Rubis, without any question, was going to provide $500 to those 5 chosen charities. So earlier today, in the Gouyave area here, we did a presentation to the Top Hill or Top Hillview for the aged, and we're also going to do a slightly different presentation to Grand Coda. But we ask you to stick with us, and you will get the details of that a little later on this afternoon. So in the meantime, we will start having some fun as to what is happening here. And as always, we come live to you right from the roadside. We don't hide in any office or any back room or anything. So the background noise that you hear is actually live vehicles coming into the station, getting fuel. In some cases, they pass us straight. And right now we're in the process of serving a customer, so we'll see Mr. Bus. So soon we'll find out from him reason why he's here and see if we have a gift with his name on it for him today.
Well, it's not a case that if there is a gift for him, he would find it sooner rather than later. And of course, on behalf of Mike and myself, I want to say thanks to Rubis. Mikey, you heard that they made an offering. They presented some cash today to the Top Hill Home for the Aged. Mike, they are thinking about us. They are thinking about us, and we want to say thanks to Rubis, and certainly we want to say thanks for everything that they've done. So reminder you, not expanding on where you are, we're coming to you live from the Rubis service station up here at Gouyave. So certainly you want to pop in. As we said to you, whenever you make a spend of $50 or more, there is a gift with your name on it, and Mr. Archer did go through the wide range of gifts that is available for you. Literally all you have to do based on your spend, then you would then decide. There is some shopping bags, there's beach bags, there is sunshades, visors, whatever is it. I mean, you can possibly think about key rings. You even get an opportunity you get a chance to select a gift, even if your spend is $40, Mr. Archer, because of course you certainly do make allowances for persons purchasing the 20-pound cylinder of gas, which certainly that comes under the Rubis brand as well. So everybody, it doesn't matter where you are, there is a chance, there's an opportunity, there's a gift here with your name on it, and certainly we encourage you to remember, of course, that Rubis has been with you for the entirety of the year. It's been a difficult year, yes it has been, but it's a year that has provided us with some challenges. It has also provided us with some opportunities. That is because, of course, as you know, Mr. Archer, in the midst of everything, life as it is, wherever there is challenges, those very challenges itself, it prevents an opportunity for us either to first accept the reality of where we are, we then adjust to how we do what we do, and then it allows us to plan going forward. And I know when it comes to Rubis, we know you have adapted, you have adjusted, and you're in the process of planning because you're just a matter of days away from 2021.
2021. I just want to remind persons, though, as we look to go forward into 2021, that no matter what we may think of 2020, there's still a lot of good things that happen in 2020, and we have to be thankful for. Just bear in mind that you are here listening and hearing me now because we were blessed every day with life. And that's the first thing that we have to be thankful. No matter all the talk about COVID, you have to be thankful for the very first thing every morning that you're awake and God grants us the ability to share in another day. You know, you also have had good things happen. I won't be able to identify them for you, but you certainly can for yourself and your family and your friends. Okay, so as we say goodbye to 2020, for whatever reason that you want to do that, remember that 2021 will not just change overnight at the stroke of midnight or whatever hour you look for it to change. There are some things that you have to do as well in order to bring about the changes that you want to see in your life. And similarly, as we speak about good things happening, we just want to remind you that, you know, the Ultratech fuel that we offer at Rubis, you might ask yourself, well, why should I be getting Ultratech for my vehicle? We just want to remind you that that choice is because you want to drive longer, you want to have a cleaner drive for your engines, you want to drive smoother, you want to drive better, and in doing those four things, you actually are more economical as well, you know, because it all equates to the economy of the product, you know. So here at Rubis, we will always do. I know Mr. Kodo was trying to coerce me into a trap to say what's coming in 2021 with Rubis. But we will always listen to the options that you give us and try to ensure that we provide you with the best products on the market that we're able to get into Grenada to serve you for your service.
Well, what I can safely say, though, if the treatment and the service that you offer for 2020 isn't by any way a reflection of what 2021 has to offer, then I would say Grenada, we stick with Rubis. They've served us well, so there's no reason to change. You know, Granny, if it's not broken, why try fixing it? It works perfectly well, and certainly with the sort of service we've received from Rubis for the year, in terms of its efficiency, the professionalism of its staff, and that is something, Mr. Archer, that we've spoken about on a continuous basis, and it's a fact that we cannot underscore. The standard of service that is offered by Rubis is one that is set across the entire island and not just here at the Gouyave service station, because you offer training, you offer the same standards and services across the Tri-Island state.
Remember, we are in every parish, at least one station, one Rubis branded station. And at all these stations, we try to bring you the best service, the best product that we possibly can. And we try to bring it as close as possible so you don't have to leave one parish to go into another parish.
So indeed, that's what they have done. Again, reminding you, we're coming to you live from the Gouyave service station, the Rubis service station up here at Gouyave in the city that never sleeps. And you would probably assume it's a lie if you're in Gouyave right about now. You're probably thinking, never sleep. The people seem quite quiet. They seem quite quiet. Maybe it's because they were up late last night. So maybe in the early of the evening, they probably resting just a bit. But just to give you an appreciation for what's happening here, yes, it's another of these live broadcasts that's put on by Rubis. And we're coming to you live on Classic 105.5, 105.9. We also live.
Let's hold it still.
That's on the FM band. So those of you, wherever you are, you can also chime in for those of you that is on, of course, YouTube. Mr. Archer did make reference to the fact that there is a handover that is waiting in the wing. And I think I'm realizing that a few of the principals here, they say whenever you see the check comes out, then you know the presentation is about to be made. And certainly for that element of this broadcast, I just turn everything over to Mr. Archer.
Well, actually, Mr. Kodo, I'll hand over to you because you will more or less, I will speak and present to them. And in the meantime, you will just report on what you're seeing.
I got a chance to drill them.
Eventually, you'll get to that point.
I see Benny stop smile as soon as I said driller. So again, folks, we waited. We're just gonna get in the middle of just doing the handover. We're coming to you live from Classic 105.5, 105.9. We up here live. So in case you're wondering about, in case you wondered about the quality, why is it? There seem to be a lot of background disturbances. That is true, because we've traded the luxury and the quietness of the studio, and we're outdoors, and certainly we appreciate though that you're here with us. Just remind you, as it is, that we're in COVID times, and we're encouraging you and reminding you to wear your mask at all times. There are strict protocols that must be followed, and we encourage you at all times. The whole process of sanitization, that's not something that you want to be carefree about. The truth is, you just never ever know exactly to whom you're interacting, who they have interacted with, and as such, you want to make sure that you play your part. Be selfish at least for once, and I mean, you do what you do. So the presentation is about to be made, and it's to Grand Quarter for the Student Assistance Program, and it's in the amount of $6,800. So certainly, we want to say thanks to them. We are going to have a conversation with them in just a while regarding Grand Quarter, what they do, the purpose of the organization, and I've seen some of the younger ones. I can reasonably assume, and we're going to find out in a while, exactly how the program rolls out and how you too, as part of the general public, you would be able to benefit from the program. So what we are seeing now is a presentation from Rubis being made to Grand Quarter, and it's for the purpose of the Student Assistance Program. We can only assume reasonably from the name of the program what it entails. But certainly, we're going to speak with one of the representatives from Grand Quarter that is going to give us a greater appreciation for Grand Quarter and its Student Assistance Program. And as they continue to do what they do, it's a non-governmental organization, as you can well appreciate. And over the years, they have been doing and would continue to do quite a bit, really and truly. They've been doing quite a bit to ensure that it addressed the needs of the students and other persons within the different communities. So, again, we say congratulations to Rubis to their presentation that was just made to Grand Quarter in the amount of $6,800. I see Benny Langine is here, and of course Benny is no stranger to the GBN. He's no stranger to the media, and I'll be speaking with him in just a while, and he's going to bring us up to speed on Grand Quarter. Let's find out how is it they have managed to thrive and do their due in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, and certainly as we look forward to their continuous exploits as they head into the new year. So again, that's just to get you up to speed as to what just took place. We just witnessed there the handover of a check in the amount of $6,800 from Rubis, and that presentation was made to Grand Quarter. I see Mr. Archer has rejoined me, and Ms. Archer, another smiling moment for Team Rubis.
Another happy moment. We always pleased when we get the opportunities to contribute to society and the relevant organizations that assist with education, whether it is charity homes. We try to get involved in as much as possible to help our society. And yes, we just made a handover to Grand Quarter, which they are going to use for the SAP program and to assist students that are unable to meet the the exam fees. And it's going to help them with doing so. All the details are actually held with the organization, so I'm going to give the opportunity to them to say a few words and explain what would have just the handover and what they will use it for.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You seem a bit on the softer side.
Thank you.
Talk to me before we just start. You mind telling me your name and your
I'm Short-
association with
I am
Gren Quarter?
Shorten Roderick. I am the officer in charge of the Grand Coda Student Assistance Program.
Okay, so before we get into the START program as it is, let's first talk, if you can, about Gren Quarter as an organization, and then we're going to get into the specific program. What is Gren Quarter?
Grand Coda is a non-governmental organization. We look for sponsorship from persons like Rubis, Grand Lake, breweries, and so forth.
I can assume that there is an overarching mantra. What do you do? I mean, Gren Quarter has been around since time immemorial.
Yes.
I'm not the youngest of person, neither am I the oldest of individuals, and I've heard about Gren Quarter all my life. You have been around some time. I mean, let's talk about the mandate and get into some of the more specifics in terms of the organization's its role and its general mission. But I don't know why Benny was trying to hide. I mean, Benny, I don't know why Benny was trying to hide from me. Benny, what have I done to you?
I'm not trying to hide. It's just that at the office, we want persons who work diligently on specific programs and so on in moments like this to come to the fore.
Benny, nice try. That sounds like a political statement. I ain't buying that. But Benny, you are the PRO. Right. So here's what we're gonna do.
Yes.
So I'll talk to the lady, nice lady, later on.
Okay.
But Benny, Gren Quarter.
Yes.
I mean, Gren Quarter, Benny, Langayan.
Yes.
It's a synonymous relationship.
Right.
What is Gren Quarter? Who are you? What do you do?
Well, as Ms. Roderick said, Gren Quarter is a non-profit organization, non-governmental organization. And that translates to the fact that we're not in this business for profit. It's not a money-making venture. Okay. Yeah, it's not a money-making venture or so. And we are not, though we get a small subvention for other aspects of our work. The legal aid and counseling clinic, the Ursula Batish Child Development Center at Grand Roy, we get useful subvention from the government for that. But by and large, we raise our funds through our own efforts, right? Abroad, locally, and so on, from Rubis, right? And so on, okay? But we're not paid or run by the government, so we are a non-governmental organization. That's what it is. And our mandate exhorts us to work with rural sectors, fisherfolk, farmers, parents, students, youth, small business, and so forth. And we've been trying to hold good to that mandate over the years.
Well, I'm not. You say try so modestly. You must be doing a pretty good job to still be in existence.
Yes, I think so. I do think so when I look back at it, because many NGOs and so on have kind of collapsed under the weight and of the pressure now and the challenge of raising funds for their work and so forth. But we thank God that we have been able to weather the storms, okay, and have survived to this point.
And I'm assuming, like any other NGOs and all businesses, you've felt the impact directly of COVID.
We did.
No doubt.
Yes, we did. As a matter of fact, we have pledged to do some things in 2021. For instance, we have to get the use of Zoom and so on, virtual meetings and so on, right across the different levels and structure of the organization. Right? Some of us who were not inclined to be computer literate and into that kind of thing, we now have to cast that aside and get into it, because the modus operandi of Gren Quarter is going out there and meeting with people, grounding with people, and so on. Some of that has to be reduced, a lot of it, right? Some have to be curtailed almost entirely, all right? So we have to find another medium, and the Skype and the Zoom and so on perhaps is one of those that most readily identify themselves as means we can use to still reach your...
And I was saying to Mr. Archer that COVID-19 has brought us to a new frontier.
Yes.
While we were heading there,
yes,
I think it has forced us to accelerate, step on the gas. Looking ahead, Benny, 2021, we just only recently hearing, of course, that the the new school term would
Yes.
would start off on the back foot.
Right.
I hope it's back on the back foot, bat and pad close together.
Yes.
And looking for a short pitch delivery.
Right.
If that's the case, good.
Yeah.
I hope that we don't get a creeper. But let's talk about that
That's
2021 in terms of your agenda, your plan, and embracing technology.
Technology, yeah. So that's one of the things that we definitely want to do so that we can continue the work, right? Because in a sense, more so now than before, there is a demand for the work that Grand Coda do. For instance, the very student assistance program that Rubis has so gallantly supported, and we are so glad to receive that support. We won't be able to put it into effect if we don't embrace it and actually, do things differently, right? So that is one thing. Last year, for instance, normally the children have to report every July. So every July they come into the office with parents, with grade cards and so forth, and we review. We have counselors in-house. We bring in some when necessary and so on to speak with them, do motivation and so forth, and take them through the grade cards. This past year, and we don't see, in the foreseeable future, I don't think it will change. We've had, because the office is small, and we want to, of course, observe the protocols, we decided, and Mr. Roderick was keen, that we can't bring them and invite them in. It would be too cozy, already too cozy. So we went out into the various parishes. We were at the Fish Market Conference Room in St. George's. The ones from St. George's came there. Annex to the St. David's Catholic Secondary School. We were there. We were in the St. Andrew's Anglican Primary School in Grenville for the ones in St. Andrews, at the Anglican in St. Patrick's for the ones there, and so Pastoral Center here for the ones from St. John's, right? So we were anticipating that we will have to do things like that. So it's a matter of trying to manage despite, the situation, but not fold arms and tools down and so forth.
As you said, you have to manage the situation, not fold arms or tool down, but as you say, adjusting to the new environment that we exist. Again, Mr. Langan, we want to say thank you for your commitment over the years. As you said, as far as we've known, when you hear Grand Quarter, the name Benny Langan has become synonymous.
Well, there's one that told over me too, Judy Williams. Right.
Oh yeah, how can we forget? No. We know there's my good old girl Judy. Okay. Judy, I didn't mean it that way. She will never forgive me. Okay. I'm gonna say you actually brought that up, making me think that I forgot my dear Judy. Thanks a lot, Mr. Langan. Certainly, with an organization like Grand Quarter that has the support of Rubis, it only shows exactly what's the sort of commitment that Rubis has made to the children of the nation. I probably, if I can though, probably call Ms. Rodriguez, and certainly if she would allow me the opportunity, because their parents are not here, but I'm not sure if through your indulgence, if maybe you could allow me just to have a quick chit chat with one of the participants, certainly with your indulgence, just at least so that the nation can hear from the future of Grenada, some of the benefits. Just chit chat with me as to some of the... My dear sir, how are you? What's your name?
Brian Mitchell.
Mr. Mitchell, how are you?
I'm fine.
Here you are, in the midst of everything, Grand Corner, you are a beneficiary of the program. Just talk to us about how Grand Corner has impacted your life.
Well, ever since I was young, I always attended the summer classes when I was primary school, and it really helped me in my IT skills. And then Grand Coda especially helped me throughout my secondary school tenure. Over the 5 years, they sponsored me with vouchers and school uniforms and stuff like that, basic school items. And it's been a really big help. It eased the financial burden of my parents, and I'm really grateful, and I'm proud to make Grand Coda pro this year, because I wrote exams this year and my results was very good.
Great. Congratulations. If you get a chance to speak to the wider community at first, and then to speak to other participants of the program, what would be that message that you would have to say to them?
Well, for the participants, I will say that try to make Grand Coda proud. Always use the help to the utmost potential. Do your best in school. Do well. And then
Make them proud.
proud.
Whatever it is, make them proud.
Yeah.
And to the general public, other businesses, organizations like Rubis, what would be their appeal to them?
Well, since Green could sponsor young adult children in secondary school, I like to appeal to others to try to invest in the young people because they are the future of the country. So the little help they may receive now will benefit them in the future in the long run. And yeah,
If tomorrow was election day, I'll vote for you for the Minister of Education. JC approved. You're in, and you're winning already. Congratulations to you. All your dreams, all your pursuits. Wishing you all the best.
thanks.
Wonderful. One of the successful, Mr. Mitchell here, one of the beneficiaries that is of the Grand Corridor program, and certainly as he has intimated that he has been a part of the program for quite a number of years, and certainly he says to the young people out there, do your best, make Grand Corridor proud. Do it for themselves. If you don't want to do it for yourself, then do it for Grand Corridor. It only shows, that you're not ungrateful and that you are committed to the task. Lady Rodriguez, I'm back with you. We talk about the SAP program. Give us some details. How the program is run, who qualifies for it, and exactly how does the program roll out as we look towards 2021?
Okay. Normally we do a form, right? And then we sit down and we do a selection process. We're looking at the poor, the vulnerable, single parent, and that is how we choose our students.
Hold on, you choose from the poor and vulnerable, so how come? Well, that's all a grenade then. I'm just joking. And the reason why I'm saying that, because
Yes.
as I was saying to colleagues of mine years ago, that there's no argument so that the economic boundaries that we knew that existed, they have shifted. They have been in that erosion for quite a while, and COVID now has literally fast-tracked the erosion process. It means that there'll be no greater demand for
Of course, yes.
organizations
Of course,
like
yes. Of course, yes. Because sometimes we get 110 forms, and sometimes we could only select 25. So it's a very tedious process to come up with the 25. But when you look at it and we go out into the community and we see where they're living, they are well deserving of the assistance.
I know it is not you've never been in an association to blow your horn.
No.
You've never been but are there any immediate success stories that comes to mind in terms of Grand Corridor and what you've done? Anybody that stands out there, a few individuals that you can say 10 years, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you made a direct impact in their lives?
Of course, yes. We have, basically we have students, we have many in the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Nice.
We have nurses, we have doctors, we have children studying in China.
Nice.
As a matter of fact, right now.
And I would assume that as an organization, it gives you a sense of pride and sense of achievement, and as an impetus to go on knowing that you've impacted the lives of so many Canadians.
Of course, yes. Only Christmas morning, one from China called me to say Merry Christmas. Give our love to Mr. Langan and Miss Williams. And this young man that's standing right next to me, he wrote 13 subjects with 10-1. That is something for us to...
And he was just so modest, he said, I did well. You got 10 out of 13, that's not doing well. You aced it.
Distinction.
Great, nice.
Yes. And then we have this young lady, she did 8.
That's plain shy, and think I wouldn't speak to her.
And this young one, this year, will be writing 10 subjects.
Well, they went into the art minister, asked about the tools. According with Rubis, they take her by 10. He got 10, she has 10. Well, I guess it all adds up. That's how it is. Again, we want to say thanks to you, Mr. Rodriguez, on what you do, not as an individual, because I appreciate it's voluntary work, but certainly you have committed yourself to a good task.
Exactly.
That of contributing to the well-being of our youth, who of course is the future of this nation. Now, they thought that I wasn't going to say anything to them. You know what actually forces me to talk to people? When they start hiding. You know, whenever they start backing back and think I wouldn't say anything to them. And I like when you shout because I think my now Mr. Archer knows I love to talk to shy people. And I always, whenever they tell me they're shy and they tell me they don't talk, I said, okay, me too. I don't talk either. I don't talk. I just say what I have to say. How are you?
I'm good.
Tell me your name, please.
My name is Deandra Vincent.
Deandra Vincent. I see it's all smiles on your face. You're getting ready to go write 10 subjects?
Yes.
Talk to me first about how Grand Coda has impacted your life.
Grand Code has impacted my life greatly, and also with financially, and they also encourage children to work because they have provided us with vouchers, school books, school bags, school uniforms. So they give us a motivation to work to achieve great things because we know we're getting something in return, not just for Grand Cola, but for our family and also for ourselves.
And I'm assuming that the support that they give you goes beyond the financial, but it has helped you outside of your educational pursuits to become a better person.
Yes, they motivate us to reach not just for the sky, but for the stars, very far.
You have some really wonderful people. It's just strange enough, it was what my mother used to always say to me growing up. Joseph, don't just aim for the clouds, aim for the sky. If by chance you miss one, you're going to hit something up there that is way above you.
Yes.
And I'm assuming I'm really happy that Grand Court is holding on to that mantra. Again, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Keep your head up. The sky
I will.
is the limit. What school do you attend?
St. Rose Modern Secondary
St.
School.
Rose Modern Secondary. My dear sir, what school you went to? St. Rose Modern Secondary. Okay. My dear, come, don't assume. Again, in case you are wondering, we're coming to you live. Yes, this is your Rubis hour. But Rubis is not just all about fuel. They are about topping up and fueling the children, the nation of our future. But while you're here, though, we're out here at the service, the Rubis Service Center in Gouyave, St. John's. Remember, you pop in. We have a flood of people, young people now. That is fine. But for every $50 or more you spend, you get a chance. There's an opportunity to get a gift with your name on it. My name is Joseph. What's your name?
My name is Isel Peters.
Hello, Lady Peters. How are you?
I'm fine.
I can see the smile stretch across your face. It has nothing to do with me, but everything to do with Grand Coda.
That's right.
Tell me about it.
Grand Coda. Well, I've been a part of the organization for a total of 9 years. 9 years. I mean, it sounds long, but to me, it feels like just the other day I've gotten the opportunity to be a part of the group, and I'm thankful for that. Now being a part of the group, has taught me a lot, has helped me a lot. I have 2 other siblings who's a part of the group, and they have helped financially and even morally, right? I've just finished college, thank God for that, and still with them. Usually on summer vacations, I go out with them. We go to different parishes. Well, this year, I'm going to different parishes, and due to the COVID, we go to different destinations and give back to the students and so on, and it's just been a tremendous journey with them, to be honest.
Well, let's talk about the journey. That relationship has been there for 5 years. Like you said, it's a journey, so it goes into the future. You haven't just finished college. Let's talk to us about your pursuits going forward.
Well, my pursuits going forward. Despite all that's happening right now, I am still holding on to the fact that I'm going to go study onto university and get that next degree. It's a step-by-step process, but I will be doing that in the next, let's say, 5 years' time. Yes,
So
I will be.
What field are you into?
Tourism and hospitality.
Tourism.
Yes.
Great. Well, wishing you all the best. I'm hoping that maybe 5 years from now, you and I, we won't be standing in the gas station, but we'll probably be in the luxury of the studios and beyond the headlines.
That's right.
Talking to our next our tourism minister. We're talking about the impact that COVID had on him and the economy, and you'll be telling us that we have rebounded from this devastation in 2020. Thanks a lot. All the best to you.
Thank you.
Folks, I'm telling you with the Rubis, there's always a reason to smile. There's always a reason to smile, and they do it so gingerly, so unassumingly that most people. And I can safely tell you, had it not been for us being live here this evening, Mr. Archer and his gang would have done this, and nobody would have known. But when you have a good heart and a good corporate heart as well, that's what happens. And of course, you want to encourage the rest of you corporate Grenada to get on board and join Rubis in their commitment to what they do. You are back with me, Lady Rodriguez. It means you have something really wonderful to say to me. We started. We didn't get much into it though. We just take the next few minutes. You said to me, there is a form that is required.
Yes.
Let's just talk about that form, some of the details, really and truly, in terms of, because you said it's a tedious process
Yes,
to pick. But what are some of the basic criteria that is needed?
Okay, your name, how many children you have, how many children in primary school, how many children in secondary school, how much children you have in TAMCC, how much children you have in Neuro, you have a job, your salary based on your salary, and then the most important question on the form, why do you want the help? Why do you want the help? And you state why do you want the help. And we go through. It's very tedious, as I said to you.
Right.
But I think we girls make the right decision.
You do, in fact. Mr. Benny, Mr. Langan, off the cuff, statistically, how many persons has passed through the program over the years, though? Am I asking too much?
Thousands.
Somewhere between, I would say, 3,500.
Well, Mr. Langan, you've actually done well. I would need for you to sit down and crunch the numbers of hosts in terms of the sale for Grenlick for me, because you have so much fun with numbers.
Mr. Kado,
Mr. Hatcher.
she's trying to put Benny on the spot there.
No, I mean, Benny's used to us, used to me anyway.
No, I'm going to give you the answer to that question on his behalf. Can you count the gray hairs in his beard on top of his head? All right, so I'm just giving you a task.
But you might be surprised to know that I have more gray than Benny. That's why mine is all shaved. That's why I'm clean.
Well, I know Benny and I were in class together at GBSS. So if you claiming more gray hairs now, then shame on you.
The realities of life, man.
Realities are yes. But I must say, it's very excellent to have the opportunity to have done the presentation to Grand Coda this afternoon. And sometimes they tell you that the oak plant or the apple or whatever it is don't fall far from the tree.
Yes, that's true.
One of the good things that I have to report on behalf of Rubis actually is that the young lady, Miss Peters.
Yes, the last time we spoke to.
The last one that you spoke to, spoke so eloquently, is that young lady here that's doing the service is a mother here at the Rubis gas station in Gouyave. So we must say that unknowingly, Rubis is helping to contribute not only to the general population of young people in the nation, but we're also helping, and I didn't actually realize that till we made the presentation and started calling names, that we also assist in households that we are part of, which is very important because it makes you feel good when you can contribute to people's development, because this is a difficult time now, and you were asking about 2020, 2021, and it's excellent, and we have the opportunity to contribute to a young person's development in 2021, and can only trust and hope that they use the opportunity to build themselves, build others around them. And I was happy to hear the young man speak and to indicate, what his development has been thus far and the opportunity that's being created. So on behalf of Rubis, I also want to thank Grand Coda for being one of the really true functioning NGOs at this time, and it's so very much needed. And we just happy to be able to make that contribution today to them. It's not the first time that we've contributed to Grand Coda, and it seems that every time we make a contribution, it always seems how important it is and the households that we are helping when we do that.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. We say hats off to not just to you, Mr. Archer and Team Rubis, but hats off to Grand Coda and all the persons over the years that has become stalwart in their own rights because they've become support factors. Benny, we've known Benny since time memorial. My good old dear mother, Lady Williams. I mean, she and I, we actually family. She would tell you that. She would tell you that. I mean, you can't help but, because you know, you go to school, you have Grand Coda, you have individuals, you have friends, associates, people that you know that have spoken about Grand Coda. I mean, and I feel so proud. I mean, to listen to these young people here, and at the end of the day, you know it, and there must be a sense of beaming joy to know that you're making an impact, not just as an organization, not just for yourself, in terms of how you feel in the spirit of volunteerism, but understanding that you're impacting the lives of young people. That 10 years, 20 years from now, you can look back and say, you've done well. And as the GBSS boys, you both should know, you'll be able to say that the esprit de corps is alive. You see how to put a smile on your own faces? They say it doesn't matter which generation of GBSS boys you are, you know. You know, once you hear about the esprit de corps, we all indeed, we start to smile. For those of you that's just joining us, it's your boy JC. We up here inside of the city that never sleeps. And when I came, I thought, in fact, they were asleep. But as the evening wanes on, I realized, oh yeah, they're coming out. They are coming out, literally. But we're here, reminding you that we're up at the Rubis service station in Gouyave. And it's simple. For every $50 that you spend, you get an opportunity to be in to receive a gift with your name on it, a gift that says Happy Holidays, a gift that says Merry Christmas, a gift that says you've done well, a gift that says, listen, you've made a right choice. The choice either to purchase Ultratech fuel, the choice either to have purchased Total Lubricants, or the choice either to have purchased a 20-pound cylinder of gas. And certainly, it's a Rubis choice, and it's a choice that you have to continue to appreciate. I mean, for Team Rubis, is always, I know for them, it is always good when they live by the mantra of being able to see smiles on the customer's face. And one of the things we realize, and again, that every week the gift changes. They don't allow you to grow to become monotonous in terms of what they do. Last week, Mr. Archer did promise us the promise that they will be having the shopping bags. I see you have delivered, Mr. Archer. If you had a political organization, I would have you would be getting a lot of nods in your direction. You have delivered.
No, leave that part. Don't belong with me. Somewhere else. I will try to assist where I can with things from Rubis to help the communities, to help the society. And as we said, we just did the handover to Grand Coda. But earlier this afternoon, we also went up to Hillview, Home for the Aged, and made a contribution to them as well to help with the operation of the home. And a time like this where it's challenging, and we know that there is not as much circulation of funds for charities to take care of the elderly. You know, Rubis is quite happy that we have been able to make a contribution. And we also made a contribution on behalf of winners that we had in our You Deserve It promotion earlier in the year, last 2 months ago. And we will try to continue in the new year to do things like this, where they have ripple effect in the communities. You know, a lot of times we tend to have big imagination, but these days we're seeing that small things go a long way. And it's very important that we try to keep on assisting. So a hand to Rubis is actually a hand towards your community, people around you, homes, the aged around you as well.
I think many times you hear organizations, they talk about the corporate responsibility. But when you see these kind of gestures, where you impacting directly, you spoke about the ripple effect. And nothing was more gleaming for me than to see these three young persons here standing there, and the smiles stretched across their faces, and being able to say proudly, thanks to Grencoda for the support, and Grencoda in turn being able to say thanks to Rubis and other corporate entities that is making totally on, and in all honesty of the word, making a difference in the life of this little piece of rock here that's called Grenada.
There's something as well with the contribution for Grencoda that I need to explain as well. We've made various types of contributions. We've done surgical masks and gloves for COVID-19, for the COVID-19 team. Earlier in the year, we also did some computers to the Ministry of Education that was used for children stay at home for the e-learning. And this contribution was actually made under the COVID-19 stipulations as well for Rubis, where it goes towards the paying for the examination fees of children that are affected by, what's happening with COVID-19. Their parents no longer have the type of income that they would normally have. So this was made directly as an intervention towards COVID-19 as well. So we really want to let people understand that you see Rubis selling gasoline, but in the background, you don't really see us, and we're happy for the opportunity with GBN to show you on YouTube and through the airwaves, to be able to bring it to you live so that you really understand the good things that happen at Rubis behind the scenes.
Indeed, in reality, when you hear that you win with Rubis, you literally you win all the way around, whether or not it is through the immediate receival of a gift or probably through their contribution to some agency that helps a family member, your son, your daughter, a friend, and some way that's able to improve their lives, not just today, but certainly impacting their lives, their economic ability to be able to improve the status of their life in years to come. Again, we say that is in fact what the corporate responsibility is all about. But aside from Rubis and the corporate responsibility, Rubis, we up here at the Gouyave Service Center, and we have a gift with your name on it. We don't want to leave here by 5 o'clock and you don't come and collect it. There's a gift. I'm looking at one. It says Sammy. It says Catherine, Mike. Yeah, it says Ready Mix. It says, yeah, everybody's name is on it. You got to come up. It's all happening at the Rubis Service Center. I've had a few friends. They call me, Mr. Archer, and they're like, where you guys going this week again? And I said to them, Gouyave, and they're like, Gouyave. Cha. Okay, when you're coming back in town? Okay, well. And so I said, well, all you have to do is call somebody that's close enough and send them and top up and tell them what gift you want, because your name, it doesn't matter which part of the globe you're on, your name, there is a gift with a name on it. We're looking ahead, Mr. Archer, because today, of course, this is the last of this broadcast for the year. And we did intimate, of course, you just saw your contribution towards Grencoda earlier on. You did make the contribution toward those electronic devices. And only, of course, we stated briefly that we're realizing again that there's going to be some hiccups to the new school year.
But before we go into the new school year, did you say today is the last broadcast?
For the year.
I don't think so.
No, there's another one for the year? Well, I hope
there are days left before the year is over with. So I hope that somebody is hearing. We should be going at least one more tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Well, so it appears that somebody is hearing, and I need to confirm.
I know there's another one coming, but I didn't realize it was actually that close. Well, okay. Well,
we don't like to leave stones unturned and things undone, you know.
Right.
But we've already alerted people that we come in tomorrow.
So that means we on the deep south of the island tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Something to that effect.
So
yes.
maybe in my head I actually got it all wrong.
You're losing days, man. We need to start checking gray hairs again.
Well, see, well, that's the problem.
You know.
I don't have any gray hair to check. That's the problem.
So you're fooling the audience, and you were talking about gray hairs a little while ago.
I have them, but
You
not
know.
any to count.
Imaginary. Okay.
They're all imaginary. They're all imaginary.
Okay, I
They're all
understand.
imaginary.
Yes, but you're talking about next year and the news that with the education process, we're going to be probably starting off with the homeschooling and the e-learning process and so. And again, that's what makes Rubis so proud that we were able to make a contribution earlier to that process. You know, so we know that there are at least a couple dozen students that are prepared for that activity, and we really hope that as the new year turns, so too will Mr. COVID and his repercussions go to rest as well, and we're able to get the vaccine here as soon as possible so that we could return to whatever the new norm is. We know that we won't be able to, it will teach us something. Let's hope that we understand the lessons so that we will be able to move into a new era, a new period that we can conquer and fight things like this. Because the important lesson to me out of this is the preparation. And from listening to the scientists, we hear that we can always expect, we don't know how soon, from time to time, that there will be pandemics, there will be diseases, and so that we will need to be able to counter. And the sooner that we prepare ourselves and have that understanding and listen to the scientists and do what we are told from day one, probably it will be easier for us to get over them.
You know what's interesting coming out of COVID, Mr. Archer, is that we've used the expression that the world has become a global village. And while we say this, something may seem almost abstract in our minds, but just of how this epidemic, this virus has become an epidemic, it only shows you, and it's true about travel. In fact, we realize that the world is indeed, it has become a global village. And what happens here at home, what happens whether it's not in some deep remote part of the Ukraine, somewhere in Afghanistan, it impacts us right here at the end of the day. So it makes us realize, and we should realize and appreciate the role that we play, minuscule as it is. We certainly have to play it well in terms of how it plays out and affects what happens on the broader scale.
Yeah, very, very much so. And it does show us that we have to be prepared for anything at any time and just be able to use whatever we have in order to conquer it. A lot of times we tend to see things, understand, but we don't necessarily accept and figure that the norm that we are accustomed to is what should prevail at all times instead of trying to make changes. You know, and for 2021, we just hope that people will make the necessary changes, starting with themselves, with their families, with their households, in order to be able to do what is necessary for us to get ahead.
Indeed. It first starts with taking an introspective look as to where you are, what you have done, what can we do different, and whether or not it's in our individual lives or by the greater community. Want to encourage you, of course, before we say goodbye to you for now, reminding you the COVID protocols, whether or not it is as the different gas stations, Rubis gas stations across the island, or different business places, or at your work, reminding you there are COVID protocols that has to be employed, encouraging you at all times, the wearing of the mask is of critical importance. Ensure that you're sanitized. Do whatever it takes to keep yourself safe and your family safe. Want to encourage you to continue, of course, spending your hard-earned money. If you are going to spend it with a company, of course, that you can well appreciate. They give you back directly and even indirectly. Spend it with Rubis, because with Rubis, as you know, you win. While, of course, the live broadcast comes to an end, reminding you the team is going to be here for at least another hour. And let me again remind you, with every $50 you spend, there's a gift with your name on it. Of course, the more you spend, The higher the greater you spend, it gives you an opportunity to negotiate, maybe to say, well, I just spent $200. Maybe I can then consider whatever it is. But even for you, if you're not spending $50, but you're probably purchasing just a 20-pound cylinder of gas, there is a gift for you. Mr. Archer, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get the last word in.
Just want to remind customers that as we go off air here at the Gouyave station, this will be the one before last broadcast in this program for this year with Rubis. So keep on listening to your social media. It will announce where we will be tomorrow. And just to let listeners know that tomorrow we will also be doing some presentations to charity. And we want to thank each and every one of you for sharing some of your time with us this afternoon. Remember, at Rubis, we do what we do with you in mind. We try to provide you the best customer service. And for now, so long till tomorrow. Thank
Always
you.
remember that you win with Rubis. Peace and love. JC loves you. On behalf of the entire team, we now send you back to Donnell and the rest of Studio Control.
Get Rubis, get going, it's Christmas. Get going, get Rubis, get going, it's Christmas. Get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep you moving all the way back home. All the pretty lights everywhere. It's that time of year. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas. Get going. Get Rubis, get going. It's Christmas. Get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubis.
No, it's holiday